My name is Isabella. I was 19 years old when my life changed completely. Before that, my life was quiet and peaceful. I lived in a big house with my father. His name was David. He was a successful businessman, but inside, he was very lonely. My mother died 3 years ago. She was the kindest and most loving person I had ever known. She always smiled, even when she was tired. She always listened to me, even when I complained too much. When I was scared or sad, she held my hand and whispered, "Don't worry, I am here with you." She was not just my mother. She was my best friend. She always made our home feel warm and full of love. After she died, everything felt empty. The house was still big, but it felt cold. The walls had no warmth. The rooms were silent. There was no sound of laughter, no smell of her cooking, no music. My father tried to stay strong, but I could see the sadness in his eyes. Every night, he sat alone in the living room, looking at her photo. Sometimes he talked to it, as if she could hear him. He worked all day to distract himself. He owned a large company and stayed busy from morning until late at night. But no matter how busy he was, his heart was still broken. Money could not bring my mother back. Success could not fill the emptiness inside. I missed my mother every single day. I missed her voice. I missed her touch. I missed the way she laughed at small things. I missed her love more than anything in the world. 2 years passed like this. Just me and my father, living in the same house, but both feeling lonely. One evening, my father called me to his study. His voice was soft and weak. His hands were shaking slightly. "Isabella," he said, "I need to talk to you about something important." I sat down. My heart felt heavy. He took a deep breath and said, "I am thinking about getting married again." My heart stopped. I felt shocked. I felt angry. I felt hurt. I said, "How can you think about another woman? Mom is still in our hearts." He looked at me with sad eyes and replied, "I know. I loved your mother deeply, but I am alone. This house feels empty. I need someone to share my life with." I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry, but I stayed silent. Because I could see his loneliness. Because I could see that he was broken inside. A few days later, he introduced me to a woman. Her name was Miranda. She was beautiful and always smiling. She wore nice clothes and spoke in a soft, gentle voice. She worked in my father's company as a senior assistant. She looked at me and said, "Isabella, I've heard so much about you. You are so sweet." She asked me about my school, my hobbies, my dreams. She sounded sweet. She looked gentle. For a moment, I thought, maybe she is a good person. After a few months, my father married her. The wedding was small and simple. Everyone said, "David is lucky. Miranda is such a wonderful woman." I tried to believe it too. At first, Miranda treated me well. She cooked for me. She asked me about my day. She bought me small gifts. She said in front of my father, "I love Isabella like my own daughter." But everything changed when my father left for work. One morning, Miranda looked at me and said, "Isabella, clean the kitchen." I said, "But we have helpers." She looked at me coldly and replied, "From today, you will do housework. This is not your mother's house anymore." Her voice was sharp. Her face had no smile. Every day, she gave me more work. Wash dishes, clean floors, make tea, fold clothes, arrange rooms. I felt like a stranger in my own home. I felt like I did not belong there anymore. I felt invisible. But when my father returned, she became sweet again. She smiled. She hugged me. She said, "Isabella is such a good girl." And my father believed her. Inside, I was slowly breaking. I cried every night in my room. I talked to my mother's photo. I said, "You would never let this happen." I whispered, "Mom, I am scared, but I will try to be strong." Then something strange started happening. My father's company began losing money. Big projects failed. Important clients left. My father stopped sleeping. He lost weight. He looked tired all the time. One night, I walked past Miranda's room. The door was slightly open. I heard her talking on the phone. She said, "Yes, everything is going as planned. He trusts me completely." My heart started beating fast. Fear ran through me. The next day, I followed her quietly. She went to a cafe and met a man. They sat in a corner and spoke in low voices. The man said, "He is very weak now. He depends on you." Miranda replied, "He believes everything I say." The man asked, "And what about the daughter?" Miranda laughed and said, "She is nothing, just a child. She will never understand. She will never stop me." My hands were shaking. My legs felt weak. My eyes filled with tears. I recorded their conversation on my phone. That night, I went to my father. My voice was trembling. "Dad, please listen to this." I played the recording. My father listened silently. His face turned pale. His eyes filled with tears. He whispered, "All this time, I trusted her." We both cried. For the first time, he saw the truth. The next day, my father contacted the authorities and showed them the evidence. They investigated everything carefully. Miranda was caught. She tried to act innocent. She cried and said it was all a misunderstanding. But the truth came out. She was secretly sharing company information. She was working with dishonest people. She planned everything behind my father's back. My father was saved. When Miranda was taken away, she looked at me with anger and said, "You destroyed my life." I looked at her calmly and replied, "No, you destroyed your own life." After she left, the house felt different. It was still quiet, but peaceful. My father blamed himself. He said, "I should have protected you. I was blind." I hugged him and said, "You are here now. That's enough." Slowly, our life became normal again. We started eating together. We talked more. We laughed sometimes. We shared memories of my mother and remembered her love. My father began to smile again. The company slowly recovered. Employees supported him. He became strong again. Now it is just me and him. We are not as rich as before, but we are safe. Every night, I sit near my mother's photo. I miss her deeply. But now I also feel proud. Because I protected my father. I protected our home. I protected the memories of my mother. And I learned one important lesson in life. Not everyone who smiles is kind. Some people hide dark hearts behind sweet words. But in the end, truth always wins. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video, leave a comment, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel.